Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Thursday. Today in our virtual spirit week, it's Thankful Thursday. And I know what you're thinking. You're going, Miss Forbes, you realize that the world around us is kind of going crazy. And you are not wrong. But in times like this, it's all about your attitude and how you look at things. People have been asking, like, how are you? And it's a lot of people just say, I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm stuck at home. And if you have that attitude, you're going to look at this as a really sad time. Okay? It's going to just make you sad. Try putting a different spin on it. How are you? I'm safe at home. Because that's where you're safe. You're safe at home. Okay? So you don't get sick, so that you don't pass it along to any member of your family, or they don't pass it to anybody in your family. You're safe at home, okay? So today on Google Classroom, I posted a question, and it says, what are you thankful for? Why? Okay, and I set up an anchor sentence. Like, I turned the question around. What are you thankful for? I am thankful for, and then I have a blank line. You're going to put in that blank line, what are you thankful for? And then why? Why are you thankful for that? I'm thankful that you are all at home safe, because I love you and I want you to be safe. Okay? That is true. That is what I'm most thankful for. That everybody that I love and care for is safe and healthy. Okay? Because I love them and I want them to be safe and healthy. So if you can pop on Google Classroom today, remember we're practicing this week. Okay? How to answer questions, how to complete assignments. And then next week we'll kind of the real deal, okay? So it is Thursday of April 2nd. It looks like it's going to be a sunny day outside. So that's exciting. I mean, it's April, April showers. Not today. It's Poetry Month, so I have a poem to you. This is my favorite of Shel Silverstein's poems, From Where the Sidewalk Ends. And I remember when I was in third grade, back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. And I remember my third grade teacher, Miss Sittler, reading this to me. So, enjoy. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. There's one more. That's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough, I sneeze, and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched, my ankle sprains. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I have a slither in my thumb. My neck is stiff. My voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbows bent, my spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. That's really high. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. There's a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is what? What's that? What's that, you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye. I'm going out to play. Sick. I forgot to say the title of the poem. Okay. Chapter 7 of Wayside School gets a little stranger. Uh-oh. A bad word. So this is the principal. This is Mr. Kidswater. Remember his attitude? He didn't really want to get off that beach in Jamaica. Early morning, a white limousine drove up to Wayside School. Just like always. The chauffeur got out of the car, then opened the passenger door, just like always. Mr. Kidswater stepped out of the car. Thank you, James, he said. My name is David, said the chauffeur, just like always. Mr. Kidswater entered the building. Good morning, Mr. Kidswater, said Mrs. Day, the school secretary. She handed him a cup of hot coffee, just like always. Thank you, Miss Knight, said Mr. Kidswater. He walked into his office, except his door was closed. He smashed into it, spilling coffee all over his green suit. "Who closed my door?" he demanded. "Why didn't you just open it?" asked Mrs. Day. "It's always open in the morning," said Mr. Kidswater. "How was I supposed to know it was closed this time?" I don't know, open your eyes. Up on the 30th story, Mrs. Jules took roll. Todd was absent. "Oh dear, I hope Todd is all right," said Mrs. Jules. "Todd is never all right," said Joy. She and Mauricio laughed. That was mean. Damien looked at Mrs. Jules. Ever since he returned to Wayside School, he thought there was something different about her. But he still couldn't figure out what it was. Mr. Kidswater's voice came over the PA system. "Good morning, boys and girls." There was the usual pause. "Today I want to talk about doors," said Mr. Kidswater. "This should be interesting," said Mrs. Jules. "Do you know how many doors there are in the school building?" asked Mr. Kidswater. Mrs. Jules shook her head. "Well, there are a lot, over 30. And some of you probably have doors at home too. Maybe more than one. All those doors. Think about it." "Well, Mr. Kidswater has certainly given us a lot to think about this morning," said Mrs. Jules. "So remember," said Mr. Kidswater, "and please be careful. Always check to see if the door is open before going through it. And if not, open it. You can open it. If you can't open it yourself, ask someone to open it for you. This may not make a lot of sense to you now, but someday you'll thank me." Mrs. Jules looked around the classroom. "That's good advice," she said. "I think most of you already knew it, but at least it's nice to know we have a principal who cares." "I hate doors," shouted Mr. Kidswater. "It's a dumb word. Door, door, door. Who made up that word anyway?" Mrs. Jules waited a little longer, but Mr. Kidswater seemed to be finished. "Some people just don't like doors," she said. "I have made a new rule," declared Mr. Kidswater. "You may no longer say that word. You know what word I mean, but don't say it. Instead, I have made up a new word for you. Guzak. Open the Guzak, shut the Guzak, lock the Guzak. Don't you think it's a better word? I do. From now on, that other word is a bad word. I have made my decision." Everyone turned around and looked at the Guzak. Suddenly it opened. Todd entered. I'm sorry I'm late," he said. "That's okay," said Mrs. Jules. "I'm just glad you're not sick or hurt. My dad locked his keys in his car," Todd explained. "We had to use a coat hanger to unlock the door." Everyone gasped. Mrs. Jules made Todd write his name on the blackboard under the word discipline. Now, was that fair? No, he missed the announcement about that was a bad word. Okay? All right, folks. I'll be back on in a little while. I noticed something with the caterpillars this morning, and I can't wait to share it with you. So I will be doing that very, very shortly. Until then, bye.